Hi, you can call me John, and this video is something I've been wanting to make for a while, and not just for fun, for a reason. When I first started learning Japanese, I noticed that most of the content out there, especially in English, comes from either native English speakers or people from a very specific cultural background. And don't get me wrong, a lot of it is great, and I love all of it. I appreciate them all, and I see them all, and please don't get this video in the wrong idea of I have some sort of issue with these people. I don't. I appreciate every single creator out there trying to explain to people how to learn Japanese and how a little bit of their culture works. I really do appreciate it. I learned a lot from them. But I also started wondering, where are the voices like mine? I'm Brazilian, so English is not my native language. Portuguese is. So this video, and a little bit of this channel, are about showing my perspective and giving a little space to the people around the world with vastly different cultures that still ended up falling in love with the same games, animation, music, and culture as I have. Most Brazilian kids that are born in the 1999 to 2005 or something like that can safely tell you their first contact with anime was TV Globinho, and I'll explain. It was this legendary weekday broadcast channel that broadcasts all sorts of animes, dubbed, not subbed, to kids before school while they're eating breakfast and getting ready to head out. It showed Dragon Ball, Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, Digimon, Beyblade, Inuyasha, countless other animes. Fun fact, my first anime I ever watched was Elfen Lied.
I was 10.
Not only this broadcasting channel introduced many kids to anime, but many movies in this era as well. Movies that are cult classics. My favorites even. Tokyo Drift, great ass movie showing a lot of Japanese culture, even though if not actual true Japanese culture. It was a great first beginning to make me love Japanese car culture. The Blade Runner.
I can fix that. You look like a good Joe.
Fucking great ass movie with the sequel Blade Runner 2049. Probably inspired most of the Cyberpunk game, the Cyberpunk anime. Also, at work, I do have the privilege of having dual screens, of which one I can work in, and the other I can watch videos. And you can already guess what most of my coworkers do with that privilege. And I've also bought books, with one of them being Be More Japan. This book really talks about everything in Japan, the prefectures, the local culture depending on the prefectures, a lot of things that I really cannot explain in here or it'll be too long. It's like a 500-page book. But it's really great. Having talked so much about inspiration, let's now say what I'm actually doing to learn this excruciatingly difficult language. Duolingo. Jokes aside, yes, I did use Duolingo, and I know everyone recommends against it. It really is just a starter. It's just a starter. You're supposed to start with Duolingo, and then you branch out to different learning forms. But I did learn all the hiragana and katakana in Duolingo. It's a great learning tool for that, but from what I've seen and from what I've learned, it's not really a great tool to learn normal speech. You will sound like a low battery robot.
The Bluetooth device is ready.
If you do learn from Duolingo, you can have great success from it, but how all the creators I've seen around, from what I've seen family members learning other languages, it's really difficult to create some sort of passive understanding of how the language functions and how the sentences are structured. But I also do Anki flashcards. I will put on the screen what pack of words I'm using. Aside from that, I also have a book which you can pick up online. I will put the link in the description of how you can see the book online. However, you can also buy it in physical form, which I prefer because I can't focus on anything that's on my computer for multiple different reasons. This would be the book, but it is called A Guide to Japanese Grammar by Taikin. I do recommend you know kanji before reading this book because it will just show you very quick summary of hiragana, katakana, and where you can learn kanji. It links a website. Again, it's made for the internet, but the creator of the book wanted to make a physical version. However, please do note, most, if not all, of the grammar rules in there are written in kanji. So if you do not know kanji, you will not understand a single thing written, and it will be useless. I watch some podcasts, of which I will also put on the screen. Nihongo kon Teppei, it's a really beginner-friendly podcast. He speaks very slowly, and if you have learned any kind of grammar, structure, and know a lot of words, you will be able to understand him very easily. And he has different podcasts with different Japanese learning levels, and it's something really nice. Again, showing that people can really learn from anything. Something very nice to note is that while I'm not a phonetics expert, I can say that the sounds Brazilian people make with their Portuguese are mostly, if not the same as the sounds Japanese make with their phonetic. They cannot say most of our phonetics, but we can say all of theirs. Native English speakers may have some difficulty pronouncing Japanese properly because they cannot pronounce all of the sounds Japanese people can. People who speak Portuguese from Portugal, from Brazil, or other parts of the world, we have a really easy time pronouncing what the Japanese say. We have all the sounds they can make in our alphabet, which is really handy dandy because it kind of cuts a step for us. And this might be unfair for native English speakers because you do have to go through all the work of learning the phonetics and learning how to make the sounds, some of the rare pitch accents, but again, it's not something that will make or break the deal. It's something that you can mostly learn on your own without a teacher or something like that, but talking to a Japanese native will always...
私の名は吉良義景、年齢33歳。自宅は森王町北東部の別荘地帯にあり、結婚はしていない。
be the best way to learn how they pronounce the words, how they speak naturally. You know, you don't want to speak like Mr. President over here going to a conference to negotiate trades to a foreign country. But that's pretty much it for me. I appreciate you watching the video and taking your time to listen to this guy speak about his experiences that many people probably will not be interested in. I'm trying to keep my videos very well edited, so if I proceed to make more videos, they will take a little bit of time to publish, but that's because I really want to make sure all my videos are very well presented so you can have the best watching experience. And once again, this has been it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Obrigado por assistir, and I'll see you